మదన్ కర్కి సార్ అనగానే కిలికిలి భాష ద్వారానే తెలుసు.
Nimda, Dozras tell me, her tabush track oikinim boomla.
Sir, tell me the birth story of Kilikki.
Can we create a new language together? That's very easy, very simple for us to learn. It should be very easy, like click of a button. From click, I named this language Kilikki.
మీరు రాసిన లాంగ్వేజ్ లో నో సారీ, బట్ వై?
We made this one for the Kilikki tribes. They are never sorry about anything.
You know, how do I say, memorable compliments that you got?
Outside Tamil Nadu, wherever I go, I am mostly known as the person who created Kilikki.
How many people asked you about why Katappa killed Baahubali?
Almost everyone. So when I was in a birthday party with my son, the kids all knew that I wrote the first part. They locked the room door and they all crowded me. 20 of them. They were screaming.
There are two big institutions that you worked with, which is Shankar sir in Tamil and say Rajamouli sir in Telugu. What is the similarity/difference that you saw in both of them, sir?
Rajamouli Garu starts with a very small emotion. He'll start with that and then he'll build the story over it and then he'll build the grandeur and he'll just speak. Shankar sir from on the other side, his way of thinking is totally from the other end, other spectrum. He'll have amazing visuals in front and then he started figuring a story out and building an emotion out of it and things. So
How was your experience with that with regards to one particular actor, which is Prabhas sir?
Prabhas is worked with multiple projects with him. Such a beautiful actor to work with. During our sessions, dialogue reading sessions, he and Rana had super fun there on the rehearsals.
Hi, welcome to Torchbearers. నేను హేమంత్ అండ్ టుడే ఐ హ్యావ్ విత్ మీ మదన్ కార్కీ సార్. మదన్ కార్కీ సార్ అనగానే మాకున్న ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ నేను చెప్తా. ఐఎమ్ షూర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్, ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ దే గూగుల్ దిల్ సీ, ఫస్ట్ మూవీ వాజ్ రోబో విత్ శంకర్ సార్ అండ్ 10 years, లాట్స్ ఆఫ్ అవార్డ్స్, ఆల్ దిస్. కానీ మాకు మదన్ కార్కీ ఎట్లా తెలుసు అంటే కిలికిలి భాష ద్వారానే తెలుసు.
Nimda, Dozras tell me, her tabush track oikinim boomla.
We know you only from the Nimda this. So first asallo I want to move that rock away from my... Sir, tell me the birth story of Kilikki, of Baahubali first.
Okay, it started many years ago.
Okay.
This was when I was babysitting some children in Australia while I was studying my master's and PhD. I had a lot of time. I was doing a lot of part-time work. One of the work was babysitting. When I was babysitting, I was teaching the kids multiple languages. Tamil, English, some Chinese and everything. And we were seeing how hard it was to learn languages.
Okay.
So, and then I was telling them, can we create a new language together that's very easy, very simple for us to learn. It should be very easy, like click of a button. So we can name it Click or Kilikki. Something like that we can name it.
The name of the language is Click.
Click.
Okay.
Initially we named it Click. K-L-I-Q was the name of the language, Click. And we created the language, very few words, and we made one song and we were just playing around and forgot about the language. But it was residing in my computer.
Just a question. When you say language is called Click,
Yeah.
what does the language contain?
The language content, it has just a few words.
Like what? Give me an example, sir.
Min is me and nim is you. So this is like phonetic reversal. You learn one word, you learn the other word.
Okay, right.
So min is me, nim is you.
Me,
So,
we kind of a thing. Yeah.
Me, you kind of a thing.
Right.
The phonetic reversal, M-I-N, if you reverse it N-I-M, it will be the opposite.
Right.
So if I say muwa is love, vamu is hate.
Okay.
So it's like very simple rules and we created this one. And then I forgot about the language. After many 10 years later, started working on Baahubali. The work was going on and Rajamouli Garu asked me, for this one, we need this language for this tribe. Can we use some language which went extinct?
He just randomly asked you.
He randomly asked. We want to do can we do a language which is not there anymore? Or can we also work on creating a new language? I don't know how it's going to work. Maybe see. I said, sir, I have some idea. I'll just work on it and I'll bring it. So I just went back to my room here in Hyderabad. I opened the old folder from my Australia thing. I still had it. I opened that click.
10-year-old folder.
I had it. And I saw all the things which I had written. I just took some clues from that. From Click, I named this language Kilikki.
Click became Kilikki.
Kilikki. I just, because it's a tribal language, I wanted to sound like a tribal language and I made it Kilikki. And I started writing down the rules, grammar rules for the language, and started working on a few words here and there. For the movie, we just needed around 500 to 600 words we needed for the movie. That's all it was needed for that script. And that was the way the language was born. So because Rajamouli Garu asked me to do this, I took that old one and started writing afresh new grammar rules, adding more words to it, making it a proper thing, and added clicks to it. A click is a sound that people make in most African languages, they have clicks. All these are clicks. That comes from the throat, that comes from here. In some African languages, they have around 20 to 30 different type of clicks.
20 to 30?
30 different. We know only and so kind of this, they have some 20 to 30 different types of clicks, and in some words will have 4 to 5 clicks in one word. So it's very tough to pronounce those words, and those languages are very tough to learn unless you live there and learn those clicks. I wanted to use some of those clicks for some parts. I just used 2 clicks in this one, and 2 things were there. One I used as a plural, and that is a plural marker. So whatever, if I say min is me, min is we, nim is you, nim is you all. So kind of. So I added that one for dub is a cup, dub is cups. So this way I added these things. So it was fun actually to working on it. And trrr is no. So add something, negate something, you can add trrr to the end. So these kind of rules I just formed. And it was super fun when creating the dialogues and reading it out. And then first time I remember, at this moment I remember, with the first set of dialogues, I went to Rajamouli Garu and he just like, do you have something? I said, yes, I have something. I'm calling this language Kilikki, and I'll read some lines to you, see if you like it. And I read those lines and with all those things, and he started loving it. And then he called everyone from the team. He called Vijendra Prasad Garu. He asked me to read it to Vijendra Prasad Garu. He asked me to read it to Srilin ma'am. So whoever was there, he called them all, asked me to read it. And we knew it created that kind of an excitement. We knew that's going to be transferred to the theatre also.
But sir, do you remember? Okay, please give me a line. If you have to say, hi, my name is Madhan Karky.
Zaba. Zaba is hi.
Zaba is
Zaba is hi. Zaba min idi Madan.
Idi is name.
Min idi Madan.
So Bazai is Bazai, na?
Baza. Baza is by. Zaba is high.
Okay. Zaba min idi Hemant. Baza.
Bye. So you learned Kilikki fast, super fast. Very good. You have a very good linguistic acquiring skills.
But what I also got to know that me rasina language lo there is no sympathy together.
No sorry.
No sorry. But why?
Just because we made this one for the Kilikki tribes. They are never sorry about anything. They feel whatever they do is right. So I just didn't want the word sorry in the language. So that was one of the grammar rule. I wrote it down when I.
Sir. I mean, when you say, is there lippy for it? Like, is there language that you can write?
Script, yes. But I developed it later, after the movie.
But right now, do you remember how to write those things?
Yeah, I remember. It's available in kilikki.in. There's a website where we developed 3 fonts for it.
Wow. You have fonts also?
Fonts, yeah. 3 fonts. I'm going to Kilikki Tibin's handwriting font. So, when this so this is how it sounds. Min Baha.
Okay, what is this, sir? Please tell me.
Min.
First one is?
Min.
Min.
Baha.
Baha.
It's just Min Baha. I speak. So
How did you arrive at this?
These scripts for each. So the bottom part is the consonant.
Okay.
This is the consonant part. This is the vowel part. So the consonant and vowel will always be. In does not have any consonant. Okay. It's just a thing. Min. So if I write Madan, ma, so this is ma, and the is, it goes something like ma, the, and in will be something like this. Madan. So in S3,
You
same thing.
just
This is
created a new language with letters, with writing.
with letters, with the phonetics, with dictionary, with grammar rules, and a complete thing to learn.
Can we like go learn this somewhere?
It's available in Kilikki.in, but it's not available as a course. But I also conducted a course during COVID for 50 children around the world who wanted to learn Kilikki. So they can write stories, they can write script, they were able to read and write the script. So you can also see the typing here. Maybe I'll just increase the font size. You can also see. So I'm writing Hey Man Hemant.
Wow.
So this is Hemant. This is in a handwriting font. I can also change it to the proper font for you. Yeah, this is the regular font. Kilikki Ma. This is the name of this font. And so this is Min. Mu Va Ni Nim.
Sir, please write Baahubali.
Bahubali.
Wow.
Bahubali.
అంటే వీఆర్ ఇన్ ఎ జనరేషన్ వేర్ ఉన్న భాష రావట్లేదు మామూలుగా కదా. లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తెలుగు నేర్చుకోవాలంటే తెలుగు వల్ల ఏం ఉపయోగం, ద వరల్డ్ ఇస్ రన్నింగ్ ఆన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎక్సెట్రా ఎక్సెట్రా. దిస్ ఇస్ జనరేషన్ దట్ వీఆర్ లివింగ్ ఫర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ రీజన్, గుడ్ బ్యాడ్ అనదర్ థింగ్. అండ్ యూ క్రియేటెడ్ ఎ న్యూ లాంగ్వేజ్ విత్ లిపి అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. ఐ మీన్ హౌ ఫ్యాసినేటింగ్ ఇస్ దట్. సో వాట్స్ ద నెక్స్ట్ like big goal that you have with regards to Kilikki Bhasha?
Not much actually. This was the fun, and I keep creating songs now and then. We released one song here with Smita.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Smita.
Yes,
Baha
yes,
Kilikki
yes,
song.
yes, yes.
I wrote that one.
Correct.
So that was a very big. It had a very big reach. And then I've been doing some interesting songs. Now we are working on our interesting love song in Kilikki. So that was a dance number.
Yes.
Now we are working on something new on that one. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I just keep that one going.
So tell me, what was the challenges for you when you were training this language to Prabhakar Garu, the man who played the big role?
Yeah. See, first
Kalake,
thing, when you are teaching a language, you should be very proficient with that. But I created this language, but it is new to me also. If you ask me to speak something in Kilikki at that time when I was creating it, I need dictionary, I need to go look up everything and think. I was not proficient because you learn a language only when you continuously keep speaking to someone.
Correct.
So I had no one to speak.
Correct.
So I was looking at the thing. I was good at writing dialogues, but if you ask me to speak a big dialogue like what he did, I'd not be able to do it. But what I did is I recorded the clips and gave it to him in advance, so he was listening to it. And when they were shooting, I went to the spot. I was there. I was reading these things to him, asking him to read it back and correcting it and doing it there, then and there. That was super fun because teaching a language which you don't know.
Sir, it is super fun. Now we are talking, sitting in a nice room and talking. But at that moment, it would have been like really scary, kada?
It was because it's a big risk that we were taking. Rajamouli Garu trusted me and he trusted this language. He had that vision that this will definitely work in the audience, with the audience. But it was a huge risk actually to me. What if people don't like it? What if people started to call, what is this gibberish that they are talking? So, but even still now people think it's gibberish. They are coming and blabbering something. People didn't realize that it's a proper language which can be spoken and which can be written.
Sir, what is like the, how do I say, memorable compliments that you got? I mean, from your family, from the film director, or from generally from the audience or industry?
So outside Tamil Nadu, wherever I go, I'm mostly known as the person who created Kilikki. Obviously, that's, you also told me the same thing. But yeah, that's true. It gave a good identity to me. So the identity, which I really cherish, actually. It's not something which because I loved working on it. It's one of my favorite things I did in the film industry.
Yes.
In the film industry, I've worked on some 1,000+ songs. I've worked on some 50+ movies as a dialogue writer. Apart from all those things, what stands out is in this career, this one stands out.
Clearly. You have to create another, I don't know, some, what's that? What's the Star Wars language, sir?
Star Trek had Klingon. Okay. Star Trek had Klingon. Star Wars had 2 or 3 languages there. Chewbacca. Dothraki was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And a lot of the rings had its own language. And even, Star Wars does many of the things.
So maybe you have to do something, you have to outbeat all of this, only then the founder of Kilikki will have a new identity, I guess. What did Bairamuthu sir say after the release?
He was what you created language. He was really thrilled. Actually, he was laughing. Actually, creating a new language. What do you mean? And then I explained to him what it's actually is. He loved the movie. When he watched the movie, he said he really appreciated that it sounded like a new language.
Yeah.
It was very fresh. It was very intriguing listening to it.
But I'll tell you, sir, for me or a lot of people I know, one movie that every time you're watching and you don't want to move out, at least for Telugu artists in this generation, is Baahubali. Like, no doubt about that. But every time you're watching, you're seeing some layer, you're seeing, in this corner, you'll see one actor performing or something like that. In such way, because you worked with Baahubali so closely, is there any takeaway that you get every time you go back to it, watching it, or on work, or traveling somewhere, watch the TV, wherever that is?
You clearly put it. It had multiple layers. It had multiple layers because the work that Rajamouli Garu and the entire team had put inside that was enormous. I remember, I think I should still have that. We had a 20 or 30 page document on Mahishmati, geography of Mahishmati.
Okay.
Like in Tamil, it's Mahishmati.
Mahishmati.
We wrote down the entire thing. What are the minerals there? What are the things there? So if this is the mineral, what will the stones be? What will be the color of the stones? If this is going to be the color of the stones of the palace, then what should be the costume color?
Oh.
So these are documents, and we wrote a huge document about Kattappa. What Kattappa knows about him, how the world sees Kattappa, what he understands about other characters, how other characters understand Kattappa. So even in the middle of the sleep, if you just wake me up and ask if this happens, what will Kattappa respond, I'll be able to reply.
Oh.
So he became more like my relative, or more like my friend who I've traveled with for a very long time.
Yeah.
So this comfort Rajamouli Garu actually gave with every character. We sat, we worked on all these characters. Every time that's one of the best moments where, like, when we were all sitting together, Prabhas, Rana, Anushka, Rajamouli Garu, and everyone sitting together reading out the dialogues, Satyaraj Garu and Nasser sir. That was fun moment. We were trying to fix the language, how the language should be. So we were trying to write 2 or 3 different ways, trying to enact, read it out, and then see how it's working.
Great.
And so that rehearsal sessions, these were all fun.
Sir, during the reading sessions or the writing sessions or the discussion sessions, you were on which side? On the questions asking side or the answers giving side? Which were
Both. It depends on where we are. We were doing both.
Okay.
So all the story and the characters and everything was set for us in a thing, and the screenplay was done. So just go write dialogues. Another very interesting thing which I had was working with Telugu writers. We all were like in this similar kind of a room where Rajamouli Garu will explain a scene. I'll be writing the Tamil, they'll be writing the Telugu, and then finishing that we'll be having a discussion. And during the discussion we learn a lot more about the character, what we can tell, and so it evolved in 2 languages.
And Hindi came in much later.
Hindi came in much later. We didn't write it in Hindi initially. We wrote it in Tamil and Telugu, and it was shot in Tamil and Telugu.
Right.
It's a bilingual.
Oh, okay.
And then it was dubbed in Hindi.
Oh, it was shot in Tamil.
Yeah.
Tamil and Telugu.
75% of the movie was shot in Tamil and Telugu.
Oh, wow.
And 25% alone was not shot in Tamil, which I had to dub. That small portion I had to dub, but majority portion was shot in Tamil. It's a bilingual.
Sir, as a writer, when you say you had to dub, what were those challenges, sir?
Dub. I've worked on a lot of movies in Telugu projects, mostly, and some Hindi projects that I've dubbed. Every project is a different challenge. When you're talking about dubbing, that's one of the most toughest things to do, because for me, because what I think is I need to carry that emotion. I need to make sure that it sounds Tamil, and it is it's not just about the language translation. It's about the voice. It's about the tone change. Hear us. I'll send some random things like, "Oh man, yeah." This is you know that Telugu people won't talk like this. Tamil people won't talk like this. This is some foreign language, probably Korean or Japanese or Chinese. But when you're translating that tone, you should not translate that tone. So these are something which if I just ask like this, it will be sounding so odd in Tamil. So these are some minute things that because Telugu has its own music.
Correct.
Of when you speak Telugu in a music.
Correct.
When you speak Tamil, it has a different music of its own. So not just the words, I have to translate the music also. And this is one. And I have to work on the lip. Now we have a lot of tools now to do it with AI and other things. But back then, until now, we didn't have that. We had to just make sure that it's perfectly synced to do it. So Kumaram Bhimudu song in Triple R, if we take, in Tamil, it was shot in Telugu. Completely shot in Telugu. The entire movie, even the dialogues and everything. When doing the Tamil movie, my additional challenge which I pose is, when people see, I want them to realize that it was shot in Tamil. It was a pure Tamil movie and it's shot in Tamil. Not a single moment they should realize that it's a dubbed movie. So this is a challenge which I put for myself. So that's why Pushpa was seen in Tamil as a Tamil movie. Sitaramam, Pushpa 1, Pushpa 2, Triple R, Baahubali, any of these movies which I worked here, all those movies were seen as proper Tamil movies. Mahanati.
Mahanati worked really closely.
Mahanati I worked very closely with Nag. So this is something which is very challenging, and that is what makes me.
Is the creative high that gives you?
Yeah, it's a creative high, especially doing songs, because songs is the toughest part when doing for dubbing. You have to match the action, you have to match the emotion, you have to fit in the music, you have to lip sync.
Which basically means the non-lip syncs are much comfortable. Like for example, Yavvadanta, that song.
Those songs are easy because there's no lip sync in that. Writing that is very simple, no problem. So that's also tough, getting from one language to other language. But when there is a lip sync, it becomes a challenge.
Sir, now that you are part of the team, you're like the core part of the team, right? And you were there from the writing part of it. However, when you tell me that one visual that you saw on screen, like in the theater, on screen, or during the dubbing, wherever, and you went like, wow. What was that in Baahubali?
This is the tough question, because I can't say one moment. There are so many different things.
The first, during the dubbing or wherever that is, when you saw this, you're like, wow. Like for us, I'll give you an example. So for us, first Baahubali glimpse where that water coming and Professor standing there, it was like,
huge. Okay. Good.
For us. I mean, then later, everything gave us high. But you being the internal core part.
I would say multiple sequences, but because you're asking me one sequence, the same waterfall sequence, when he just climbs up and when he just jumps and he has to shoot the arrow and he just gets that moment was like amazing. That was a brilliant thinking and brilliant execution, and it looked awesome there. And with that music, the epic music, I still keep telling Kirwani Garu, I've seen so many movies, so many epics have come after Baahubali, and not any movie was able to match the epicness that you gave. That epicness and that feel.
Please tell me your experience working with each of these guys with regards to the language part of it. Like for example, say Prabhasar. I mean, he had like such great lines that even now anywhere you go, even kids in school also during their fancy dress competition, they say Amaredra Baahubali and all that. How was your experience with that with regards to one particular actor, which is Prabhasar?
Prabhas is I've worked with multiple projects with him. Such a beautiful actor to work with. During our sessions, dialogue reading sessions, he and Rana had super fun there on the sets, on the rehearsals when we were there. And I teach him the language. Some of the words will be like tongue twisters for him. It'll be very tough for him to tell those things. Can we simplify this? And he'll just be asking. And he'd want me to write the dialogues in Telugu. I think Rana would prefer it in English, and Anushka would prefer it in kind of a simplified English, Tinglish kind of a thing. So I created a software tool for this project. So I type in Tamil, it'll convert to Anushka's thing and Prabha's thing and Rana's thing. So that Bolingo, there was a tool which I initially created basically for this project.
You created this?
I created this, me and my team, with my team. So I wrote this set of rules, how to do it.
So you made AI way before AI actually came.
This is not AI, this is rule-based.
Right.
This is not AI. That would made job very easy. And Prabhas, even during the dubbings, I was not with him during dubbings because Tamil dubbing happened in a different way. But in the shooting spot, I was there with him when we were shooting the palace sequences and the Darbar sequence and all those things. I was there with him. Initially I was very excited that it's going to be both Tamil and Telugu at the same time because they're going to shoot in both the languages. Then I realized how tough it was to shoot in two languages. Because you have to do an entire scene, finish that, and then they have to start the entire scene again from the beginning in another language.
And so have the same motion twice.
The emotion twice and bring the same thing twice. That was crazy to think. And Prabhas was such a sport, like finishing that, going back, learning the Tamil lines, lip syncing to the Tamil lines. So,
Who got their lines in both languages the easiest, sir? Was it Nazar, sir, obviously? Because of his experience?
Nasir sir, Tamil was very easy for Nasir. Basically, because of his experience as Telugu, he also got his Telugu very easily, I guess. Satyaraj sir, I think with Tamil, he was very comfortable.
Correct.
In Telugu, he was not that very, but he learnt the
Yes.
languages too. Anushka had acted in
Both.
bilinguals a lot, so picking the words was very easy.
Sir, because you work so much with regards to languages, one question that always bothering me right now is, for example, back in the day, Veturi Garu, the revered Veturi Garu, he said in an interview where there are few letters in the Telugu language, if removed, because we're not using them much, if removed and reduce the number of letters, it will make our language easier for the next generation to take it forward. Because now everyone, I mean, from the parents to the children, everybody talking about what is in for me.
Yeah.
However, when I speak about Tamil, like a parallel example, they just own the language. You see, from the hoardings on the shops to the film titles to everything is. So, what do you think one should do to have this language pride continue, and the next generation also having great fun in owning and learning language and continue to do so?
Perfect. So this is the project which I'm working on presently for Tamil, basically, and I wanted to extend it to all the Indian languages slowly. In what you said, there was a beautiful point. What do we do with how do we extend the pride of the language? How do we carry it to the next generation? So when I went to schools, even in Tamil Nadu, you were talking very highly about Tamil Nadu and the language things, but even there, we see a slow decline in students acquiring language. Okay. They are struggling with learning another language because they see learning maths and learning science and learning the other subjects is taking them. They are getting jobs, they are going abroad. And Tamils, when we go and teach them Tamil, the first question the parents, teachers, principals, everyone asks, why learn Tamil? What is it in for us? The same question. So this is where me and my foundation, we've been working on this for the past 13 years. And we decided that the reason for learning a language cannot be in the past. The reason should be in the future.
Correct.
Why learn Telugu now? So it will help them in the future. If we can find an answer to it, we'll find the reason.
Investment and return on investment.
Yes, basically. Now we'll have to think. Basically, see, talking in a human perspective, in a very normal perspective, philosophically, or however you talk, you should not need any reason to learn anything.
Correct.
If you just feel like learning, you learn. That's it.
Give you a
Our language should be part of it. But now, because of the globalization, because people want to go abroad, they have all this. So the reason what we've figured out is professions. What are all the professions in Tamil? We've gathered around 150 professions in Tamil, and now we are teaching those professions to the children about the professions they learn in the schools through the labs that we've set up. We are setting up something called Tamil Labs.
Okay.
It's called Tamba Tamil Labs, where children every week in schools, 1 hour they spend in the lab. Like how do they do the chemistry lab and physics lab?
Yeah.
They play with Tamil.
Okay.
They have games, they have songs, they have small videos, short videos, grammar-based games, and books, short books on science. They learn science and they learn Tamil together. They learn physics and chemistry together. They learn some old Tamil song and learn Tamil through that. So it's a mix of a lot of things. We teach a lot of other countries, about the countries, geography and history, psychology, philosophy, and everything through Tamil. Make Tamil super fun.
Right.
So this is one way that we are approaching. In this part of this, we're also providing all the professions that I was talking about. Professions like, I'll give you a few examples. We are telling them that there are a few professions in Tamil in which you can earn more than doctors and engineers.
Oh.
It's not just about teaching. Even if you're going for teaching, where are you teaching Tamil? You want to become a Tamil teacher? Where are you going to teach Tamil? You can teach in Madurai, you can teach in Chennai, you can teach in Delhi, you can teach in Singapore. You have places in all over the world. In US, Tamil teachers are in high demand. And so you can play, and there are universities which have a Tamil chair in US, which requests people who learn Tamil to be there. Sports commentary is now becoming so popular in Tamil.
I'm a Telugu sports commentator.
Amazing. So you are an example.
Yes.
So you don't have to search anywhere outside. You are an example where why people should learn Telugu.
Correct.
So that they can become a sports commentator like you.
Correct.
So this is a profession, we introduce it to them. And to get into this profession, what is the path? what you need to learn about the sports, what is the vocabulary that you need, how your speaking should be, and these are the things, parameters we give them. We also measure these parameters because it's happening via the computer, and we guide them towards the path. Sports commentator is one, proofreading is one path, voice coach is another thing. Subtitling is a beautiful profession, lyric writing is a profession, acting is a profession. You can become an actor.
Correct.
If you can become a Tamil actor,
Correct.
you need to learn Tamil.
Correct.
You can't imagine Rajinikanth sir being in this kind of a position without learning Tamil.
Correct.
He came from Karnataka. He learned Tamil, and he reads literature more than most Tamil actors.
And one of the propositions here, I don't know why it didn't work out, was to have all the competitive exams, at least 30% of it, in the native language.
See, again, when we are forcing it on people, there's a difference between forcing something on people and giving them opportunity to learn it in a different way.
And make it fun.
Make it fun. This is very different. If you say you learn Tamil, then you get this percentage discount, or you get a tax benefits. You learn Tamil, else you can't get inside the government job. All these things are like you get a government job if you learn Tamil. If you put all these things, quotas, it's like bribing. Why should we bribe a generation to learn a language when you can't tell them the reasons to learn it? Yeah, so we need to think in a bigger picture.
Do you also sign in Tamil, sir?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
All your checks and everything?
Not the checks, but most people do, because all my checks and all my earlier documents were signed in English, so I retain it to do. But many people have changed their things to Tamil. My dad signs everything in Tamil. Obviously, he signs everything in Tamil. And a lot of people have changed their signatures in Tamil.
Oh, so you think the better way for any generation to pick language is to make it fun?
Yeah, make it fun and give reasons for them why they learn the language. If they learn the language, how much enjoyment they are going to get, how much literature they are going to get, what are the professions they are going to get. So you see, if you're teaching a kid to learn Telugu along with some science, you're opening multiple channels, multiple job paths for them just by learning a language.
Sir, my reason to learn Tamil was, I'm like very basic, it was the song Oruvan Mudalali. The way I heard Balu sir sing, I'm like, someday I will learn Tamil, so I'm there. And also, I mean, because we're in the same context, I want to ask, what's your take on people beating up each other because you're not speaking their local language in that local city? I mean, how do you see that?
I don't see, that's not right. My point is, wherever you are, it's not about the mother tongue. Whichever part of the world you are, learn the local language. Learn the language if you're going to live there for a long time. So I do this. When I go abroad for some travel, I go to Japan. I spend some 15-20 days learning Japanese, to learn to read Japanese and learn to speak basic words. So I go there, I'll be able to communicate basic things. When I went to Egypt, I learned Arabic, to read Arabic and to speak basic things in Arabic. I go to Greece, I learned Greek. When the tourist guide was taking me, can you see this person and tell who this one is? And I said, I read the name, whatever the name was there, Plato. And I said, how did you get it? Like I said, like I was reading the Greek. How do you know to learn Greek? Like just brushed basic Greek when I came. So you connect to the people.
You as an example is way too high as a
no. So that is not a thing. But my point, what is, wherever you are, because the language is what will save you in terms of when there's a danger, when you are in some danger, you need to know to read Abathu in Tamil. When there's a transformer or when they have written it in Tamil, Abathu, you need to know to read that one. And without knowing, it'll cost you your life. Recently I traveled to Australia in North Darwin. It's a part in Darwin. It has a huge Aborigine population there. I just spent time with them, some 14 days with the Aborigine population.
Are you writing a new language?
No. I was with them to go learn about the culture. Basically, me, my wife, and my son, we travel every year to different parts to learn about the cultures.
You are like living anthropology.
Okay. Just being with them, it's just learning. In 14 days, we can't learn much, but it was such a beautiful thing about the language they had. Like they had their language for 30,000 years. 30,000 years their language was in. They were there for 30,000 years, and they've been transferring information from one generation to another generation to another generation through their language. Their language does not have script. Their language only has spoken form, and they sing songs and tell stories and they pass information. One information, and this is very important because I'm telling it to you, you are from the question that you asked. So, one information that they passed on from generations to generation was just one thing is how to put out fire, how to avoid the big fire from happening, forest fire from happening. So, what they do is they go and start small fire in a particular season, and the songs teach them how to start that fire and which season to start that fire. Okay. Because they should not start the fire in one particular month, because a particular bird will migrate during that place. That particular bird can enter the fire, pick up the worms from the ground that are coming out, and while taking it, it will also catch some fire and it will go and spread it to the other places. So when that bird is migrating, you should not start the small fire. All these things are told through songs, and by doing this, you will avoid the bigger fire. Now today, after many years ago, when Britishers went to Australia, they wanted all the kids to become civilized. So they forced all the children from the families, Aborigine families, and they forced them to learn English, maths and science. They lost their touch with their mother tongue. They lost that generation is called the stolen generation. And from all the tribes, they grabbed all the children. They were not able to learn English. Their mind was not, their gene itself was not ready for English, and they lost their language skills, and they were not able to learn this. They forgot their mother tongue, and they were all like causing all the crimes and things in the cities and things like that. So it became a mess for them, and the information got lost.
That I was just about to ask.
The language information, which was crossing from 30,000 years, was lost. And when this information lost, now you know why Australia is burning. Whenever there's a bushfire, it's huge. It destroys forests. It destroys large areas because they don't know. You teach them science, you teach them maths, you teach them English, but what's more important for the land is to protect the land. So I asked that Aborigine person who was there a question. Do you own your place where you have? Do you own your land? He laughed and he said, we don't own the land owns us. So that's the thing. They are there to protect the land. They are there to protect the plants.
They're part of nature only.
Part of nature. They are part of. That's how they believe. They have rules huge. They don't believe in God. There's no religious belief there.
Yeah, because nature is God for them.
Nature. So they have rules set. Who can eat which fish and who can't eat which fish? Who has to protect this tree? Who has to cut from this tree? So they share the resources. They devise rules to protect nature, not overfishing and everything. They've found the way, and this is the information that we need to learn, and not some random science or space thing. Yes, we need all those things also, but when we are there in a place, we need to learn the local language, and we need to teach our kids who are growing here the local language, because language is not just a language or a communication means. It is this land. Telugu language is the Telugu land. Whatever the information that you have about the food, how a food is made, how a thing is made, everything is very rich information, and this information needs to pass on from one gen to another gen. Which food is good at which particular time of year. You don't say something very interestingly heard. Ulavanchara. You should not have it at this particular part of the year. I was told one lady.
Summers, because it creates too much heat.
Yeah, so you should not. This is an information. You have it in this particular thing, and you have it here. This needs to be passed on. So language is not just about words and poetry and beauty. It's about life.
So coming back, we are talking about, say, how important the language is, and you're saying the language has to be fun and all. But my question to coming back is, do you think in our language right now, some alterations with regards to removal of few letters or adding up few things or something like that, should be like someone or the government or someone should like come together and do these alterations and make it much viable for us?
See, doing the alterations now, it's going to be a tough task. The reason why I tell this, the amount of corpus we have, amount of books we have in the libraries. Yes, with technology, we'll be able to convert them all. But with the amount of books that we produced, physical printed books that we produced in the libraries, and if we're going to teach a new language by removing a lot of letters, the new generation is going to learn. Already, the language has already gone through multiple changes.
Correct.
Even for Tamil, I tried some time back to do the same thing because we didn't need a few letters, and we had Tamil has a lot of logic, but a couple of letters alone lack the logic. So
Right.
I wanted to remove that logiclessness and propose something. But then also later figured out it's very political. It gets very political, and people will start to fight about this should happen. This
Now
should
that
not
we have
happen.
social media.
We don't have time for all those politics. So what is productive? How we can make whatever is existing simple and fun and make them learn that one. Introduce language. This is one thing which we are doing here now in Tamil. We are not introducing Tamil as 247 characters. You are going to learn all those things. No. We are teaching them Tamil as 40 plus letters, symbols. You're going to learn these 40 symbols. With these symbols, you'll be able to create any sounds that you want. So this is we are shifting the paradigm. It's the same letters, but the way we are introducing it, we are totally changing the logic that you're not learning 247. You're only learning 40 symbols, which is lesser than English.
Oh.
Because in English, you have 26, 52
Correct.
characters symbols you will have to learn
Yes.
English. But in Tamil, you learn only 40 plus symbols. You can write any word, read any word in few lessons. This is we are seeing a lot of success in this one. We are seeing because the children are getting to taste success early. The first class they learn 4 letters, very simple letters, and we're not introducing things we've just got. We're starting with simple letters with simple strokes. Ta in Tamil is just two strokes. You just do ta, and then you put one more letter, it becomes pa, and you put one letter in the middle, it becomes ya, and closer it becomes ma. Learn these 4 letters with ta, pa, ya, ma. And all the dotted things, we teach in the first class, we teach them a song like Pada Pada Pattam, Maya Maya Mayam. So they'll be able to read a 8-line song in their very first class.
Oh.
So this is a success that they taste very early. So we have the language, the same language. It's about how we teach it.
Correct.
We can change our teaching methodologies to suit the modern generation children who are very distracted with so many different things.
So when you say teach, okay, let me put it to you as a student. Do you like consciously go and learn a new word, or is it part of your work?
It's part of my work. It's not just about word. I create a lot of words for Tamil.
Create, I can imagine. You created a whole language on
Yeah. We have a team where I keep creating words. So by
Give
creating
me
words,
4 new words that you created recently.
friend zone.
Friend zone. Huh?
Friend zone is a verb. A friend zone as a noun. Both we have. So friend zone is natpuram.
Huh?
Natpuram.
Natpuram.
Natpu plus puram. So like appurapaduthathila is like reject someone, like or just set something apart. Natpuram is friend zone someone. This is one. Komorebi is a word, a Japanese word, which means it's a beautiful word. It means light which passes through the leaves and comes out.
Oh.
Sunlight filtered by leaves which comes out.
There was no word for this before?
No, there's no word for before
nice.
for this one in Tamil. It was a Japanese word. Even in English, they took komorebi as it is. In Tamil, it's ilai kasi oli. Ilai is leaf, and kasi is leak, and oli is light.
Oh.
Light that leaks through leaf. Is the ilai kasi oli is the Tamil word. Tami is selfie.
Okay.
Selfie is Tami.
You want a selfie pull up also?
Yeah, so and there are a lot more words like say augmented reality, virtual reality. Virtual reality is meenigar tholilnuppam. Virtual reality technology. Augmented reality is meekpadar tholilnuppam. Meekpadar is like it's overlaid on reality.
So you guys are sitting on this day in day out and
every
creating
day
new words.
we create words and we keep coining new words. We have a team for this. My foundation, we have a linguist, and I sit with them in weekends reviewing the words. This we need to be doing because else we'll be running away far from the real world. Now we can do textbooks. Now I'm telling you, right? We have created around 1,600 books plus books on science, philosophy, psychology, and all these things. We have books on quantum mechanics. We have books on atoms. We have books on chemistry. All these books are in Tamil without any English words.
Wow.
So this we'll be able to do only when we keep building the dictionary continuously because world keeps going super fast and we need to catch up with the world. So we have around 14 lakh words in our dictionary.
Wow.
14 lakh words from ancient Sangam words to modern words like augmented reality and think.
So you as a writer slash lyricist, for anyone for that matter, the challenge is to how to put the emotion that the director is saying into that tune or in that dialogue, right?
Yeah.
So for you who's working in this generation, this newer directors or Shankar sir or Rajmouli sir, stuff like that, Sukumar sir, What is your level of challenge right now? Because these challenges, I'm sure you would have passed that. What is the newest challenge that you're facing?
Our newest challenge is facing is the language problem, which the kids and teenagers are the main consumers of lyrics. So for them to understand, the lyrics have to be made. So far, we had people with good basic literary knowledge and basic reading and the language skills there. So we can write some poetry. Now, the new directors are not letting us write poetry. They are avoiding poetry in lyrics, trying their best to avoid poetry, make it conversational, make it like a dialogue that we speak every day. This should be
Like hook steps, you have hook words.
hook words. So keep it very simple, put very easy words for them. They should not find any word complicated and think. So in Ko is the movie, I think it's Rangam.
Yeah.
There's Enamoyedo. That was my favorite song.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote that song. And when I wrote that song, there was one phrase in that song which means Kuviyamilla or Kachi Pede, which means Kuviyamilla or Kachi Pede. Kuviyam is focus.
Okay.
Kuviyamilla is out of focus. Kachi Pede is a display box.
Huh.
Why is the display box on my camera is without focus? Is the question that he asked. He's a cameraman. It's a photographer.
Yes.
And he's seeing his love through his lens, and everything is blurred.
Oh.
And there's no focus in this love. This song is about that. It's the entire song was penned with a photographic terminologies.
All right.
Vannam peradadu ninaivil means color aberrations. There are color aberrations, and so these are the words which I'll not be able to use today. This happened just a decade back, and after a decade, because of the
Global exposure.
global exposure, and less thing towards language. People want everything to be simple with English and Tamil mixed and make it very conversational. So this is a major challenge that I face now: how to convince the directors, or how to. So when I write a song with a poetic word or a new word coined there are a few people, very few people who go and search for that in dictionary, learn the meaning, and then appreciate it. It's a very small number. It's become the number is becoming less and less. And so now my work is not convincing the directors anymore. Now my work is going to schools, meeting all the kids all over Tamil Nadu, all over the world, wherever schools are, and get the labs to them, introduce them to new words, all the words that they need to learn, make them very strong in Tamil to appreciate Tamil poetry in the past and Tamil songs that is going to come in the future.
Sir, who's your favorite poet / lyricist in Telugu, sir?
A lot of people. Srivanilla Garu, I really love.
Any particular song that you liked?
Triple R song, Rajmouli, because I don't understand that thing. So he told me this one thing, the Uppiri and the Noose.
In Hindi, sir, anything? Who is your favorite in Hindi that you liked?
Amitabh Bhattacharya, I worked with them. Lord Javed Akhtar ji, I really...
Any particular song or line that you like?
Suddenly I'll not be able to tell, but some translations which I worked with them were really good. Some of the songs, Brahmastra, there was one song that... Kesariya. There are some lines were really beautiful in that one. So I love those lines.
So, because we are talking about, say, the lyricists and directors, please tell me, you as a creator, as a proper creative person, there are two big institutions that you worked with in Tamil, which is Shankar sir in Tamil and say Rajmouli sir in Telugu. What is the similarity / difference that you saw in both of them, sir? Particularly one thing.
So the difference is very easy. They both start from totally different perspectives and end in a different perspectives, but they both create similar kind of a thing. So that's how they start and end is totally different. The way Rajmouli Garu starts with a very small emotion. That one emotion that will strike him, that's very minute, but that's very powerful, kind of a thing, emotion that'll hit you. He'll start with that, and then he'll build the story over it, and then he'll build the grandeur, and he'll just speak with it. Shankar, sir, from on the other side, is his way of thinking is totally from the other end, other spectrum. He'll have amazing visuals in the front. I remember him while we were working on another project. He was telling about, like, I have this visual of like lakhs and lakhs of mobile phones are flying and coming together as a wave, and they are forming steps and things. He just add that visual. He just add that vision of that grandeur thing. And then he started figuring a story out and building an emotion out of it and things. So, but the end product is the same.
Correct.
The path they take is different. So that is something grand. And the time they work with the people. So I've spent almost 2 or 3 days with Shankar sir on one song for 2 lines for one movie called Nanban.
Oh, this is Three Idiots.
Three Idiots, that Askalaska song. For that particular song, 2 particular lines, we spent 3 days. That is the effort that he'll put. Because I've written like more than 100 or 200 options in those 3 days.
100, 200 options?
200 options for those lines, yeah. And he could have chosen anything. Okay, this is fine, this is better of all those things. But he was waiting patiently to get those lines. So that is the patience that I really...
Sir, on the other side, he was waiting patiently. You were working hard, no?
So that, say, anyone will work hard with when going Shankar sir, Rajamouli Garu, anyone. So it's not just about Shankar sir. Even when I work with new directors, I've worked with the first time director who's asked me like 18 options of first Pallavi and some 20 options of first Charnam and another 20 options of second Charnam. I worked with...
Didn't you throw your weight and say, no boss?
Never. If they want it, they have a reason, I'll definitely work. They'll tell clearly why. So if there are some people who will tell like without a reason, they just give me some 2 options. Even 2 options, when people ask, I'll ask why you want 2 options.
Correct.
I'll write off 1 option. You gave me 1 melody. I have that melody and I'm writing 1 option. If you don't like it, I'll write 1,000 options for you. If you don't like it, if you tell me the reason what you want, but why should I give 2 options to you? That's my question.
Correct.
So that's
if you can convince me, I can.
Yeah, and even with Rajamouli Garu working with the amount of effort they both put for everything, for a single dialogue. So in Baahubali, I remember one particular dialogue before getting inside that Urukkiyo song, that bar song.
Yeah.
They have Manohari song. Before getting inside that particular bar, there will be one dialogue. It was very big first initially. The concept was very big. He said, we don't have much time. They have to just say this one particular dialogue and they have to enter. So first I wrote certain things and then he wanted it very short. Then I said like, can we have something like this? Kattiya Buttiya. Like, you want to use this knife, knife, or you want to use your brain. This is the question that Rana will be asking, Palanchli will be asking. And to which Prabhas will reply, Kurmayanadi. And they'll just go.
Which means?
Kurmayanadi, which one is sharp?
Okay, good.
Whichever is sharp. So this just 2 words and 1 word. We finished this and it just went. The way he sat with me to reduce to this part from the big one to thing, that's again that patience, that dedication that he puts, the same thing which I see with Shankar sir. That dedication for this scene where he takes the head of பெண்களின் மீது கையை வைத்தால் வெட்ட வேண்டியது தலை. So when writing this dialogue, initially it was very big, whatever I wrote. பெண்கள் மீது கையை வைத்தால் வெட்ட வேண்டியது தீண்டிய கைகளை அல்ல, like they had not the hands that touched but the head that thought about it. So it was that big. He said, no, can you reduce it? Then I removed one. Can we reduce it? This made it like perfect. Now I'll not be able to take any word out of it.
Yes.
It'll make that impact. So this is kind of the passion and patience and working with team and getting the best out of them. I see that in both.
I think you'll have such an adrenaline rush when you sleep, I guess. When you work. But sir, that reminds me, when you said Shankar sir had this visual of all the mobiles coming in. So there's one interesting story where I read when they made the first film, first Hangover. The first visual that the director had was this guy, after he gets drunk, wakes up, goes to the bathroom and he's peeing and he sees a tiger there. That was the visual. Now they went back and wrote why the tiger will come and etc. etc. So I understand when you say
exactly. So the different filmmakers have different ways and every movie comes differently to them. And the moment where Rajamouli Garu fixed, this is the story I'm going to do, was when he heard this word and when Katappa is telling, I killed Baahubali to a merchant.
Correct.
He talked so high about Baahubali and said, how did he die? I killed him. That was the moment I decided I'm going to do this movie, because this question, I didn't listen to anything after that, but this question made me really curious why a person appreciating a person so much had to tell that he had to kill that person. So these are moments where people decide what to do.
How many people asked you about why Kattappa killed Baahubali before
Everyone,
release?
almost everyone. So when I was in a birthday party with my son, the kids all knew that I wrote the first part. They locked the room door and they all crowded me. 20 people, 20 of them, they were screaming with their throats. Asked me, if you are not telling me, I'm not going to let you outside.
Oh, sir, because we are talking about linguistic skills. Last question I have is, when you work with for RRR, you know NTR sir. I mean, he's known for his great oratory skills,
Yeah.
his power on language. How exciting was that? Do you remember anything, any particular memory that you had with regards to the language or the dialogue or the song or anything that?
Oh, he was super fast in the dubbing. When we came to the dubbing part, is when I didn't go for the shoot or I never met him before that. But during the dubbing portion, he came and he was ultra fast. He finished all his portions super fast. I was so amazed the way he delivered, and if he's not getting it right in the first thing, he'll just bang on the thing and say, I'm doing it again, and then he'll just do it again. So his spirit was super inspiring for me to do the dubbing with him.
I'm sure you would have. Was there like a learning curve for you also there?
Yeah, definitely. Every time I learn with every single person, like how they acquire a language, how they speak that particular language, how they try to match it with the same emotion, because he already dubbed it for the Telugu. He knows the emotion and everything. So it'll be very hard for someone else to get that same emotion, because he has acted, he has dubbed in Telugu, and now he's dubbing in Tamil. So when he's dubbing in Tamil, so it's he carries the energy from the shooting spot, from this Telugu dubbing session
And
to
emoting,
Telugu,
yeah.
and emoting it. Now learning a new language and emoting with the same emotion, with the same pain that he went through, that's amazing.
And on the other side, Ramcharan sir, was there a stark difference?
Oh, Ramcharan had some difficulty with the language, with Tamil basically. His Telugu, he does it super fast. Tamil, because of the pronunciation and things, he was super patient. There was super contrast between them both. He was super patient. He never worries about if he's getting it wrong, if you're telling sir one more time. So some dialogues we did some 15, 20 times we had to do. But he was very patient, we'll do it. Until I get it, I'll do. Just come closer, you tell me, now I'll tell it. So he had that, I was really loved working with him also.
So now that Baahubali is releasing again, one question which is now, I mean, back in the day the question was, why Kattappa killed Baahubali? We got all the answers, fair enough. Now the next question that is Baahubali 3 happening? I mean, what's the insight that, if you know anything?
I don't know, I'd really be very happy if it happens.
Right.
No, I'm not, no writing part of anything of Baahubali 3 is on the thing now. We've never talked about it until now. But there, it could happen.
Tell no, make them.
I will I always tell them, not just 3, 4, 5, 6, keep doing it. So it will definitely happen.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
also,
a world that needs to be...
oh yeah, sir. Every character will have a backstory.
Definitely.
It has. And also, sir, now that, like I said, for us, Madhan Karky is the Kilikki man. What's the next big thing that you're onto right now?
Oh, no, I'm slowly shifting to that. I told you about the education projects which I'm doing.
Correct.
So it's about, I want to take these labs to all languages
Right.
and all over the world, to children and to go to the schools. This is my major things. And apart from this, like, yes, movie projects and the other projects that I'm working on.
You can have left,
that's
right.
left, right. There's a very good projects that I'm working on currently. So that's something exciting happening on one side. But majority of my time now I'm spending on research and developing these labs and taking it to schools.
No, I meant, is there like a big dream that you want to achieve someday, kind of a thing? A big dream. I'm sure all of us have. I mean, as artists, you will definitely have.
I used to have a lot of things before, because I've been working on one universe building for a very long time, so long time back, and then I stopped it middle because I had to get inside multiple projects.
Or is it because everybody is starting one?
This was like 10 years back.
Right.
So, 8, 9 years back, this work I wanted to do after Baahubali itself. I just told that idea, so a lot of people were excited. But then after which I was not able to continue that because of all the other commitments. Maybe I'll just take that one up and revive that. Was something very close to my heart. And apart from the movie projects, I have more dreams on the other research side. And I'll be very honest with you. I came into movies to support my research. So my research is my passion. So I was teaching in a university.
I know you were a teacher.
I was a teacher. I was a professor in a university. I was teaching computer science, and then I quit that. But I took my research component into language research, language computing research. So I've been working on that for past 13, 14 years, funding with my movie projects. So all my dreams and everything is on the other side.
Oh, wow. So, do you read anything, sir? Is there any book that you always go back to?
I'm not a reader. I don't read books. So I listen to. I listen to a lot of maybe sometimes audiobooks. Very few books I've read in my life. Around 14, 15 books is my entire life, apart from my education curriculum books. External books of 14 books is what I've read.
So I'm going to give you one book, sir, which is a great insight into Telugu stories. And it's not in Telugu though, but it's all about those beautiful Telugu writers and the Telugu stories. I'm sure you will love it. I want you to read it, at least in your this is
the stories of our times. Beautiful.
So
Thanks.
I'll be more than happy if you can.
I'll definitely read. I'll read sometime. Definitely I'll read.
Sir, before I close in, I have one question to ask you.
Sure.
For us, Shankar sir and Mani sir were supposed to be like the demigods. However, every time they have a film that doesn't work, they come back to one reason saying it is because of Sujata. Sujata isn't there anymore, and hence these guys are facing a problem. Sir, Sujata is this mystic character we never saw, we never heard, but we only know that existed. Sir, what is the Sujata mystic? Please tell me something little about it, because I'm sure a lot of people who grew up watching to these big geese are.
Sujata is one of my favorite writers in Tamil. His story was one of the inspiration for me and my journey.
Okay.
He wrote a story long time back saying, computer or kadai sollu. Hey computer, tell me a story. That's the short story where people feed in a lot of data to a computer and it just comes up with stories. This is the story. This actually gave me a beautiful introduction to the world of computers, and I started learning about AI. I started learning about what research that is going on, and then I started computer science as my career path, and I went inside that. It's all because of that short story. That short story inspired me. And after finishing everything, and when I was doing my computer science project in my final year, I took my computer science project to Mr. Sujata. I did a speech engine. That was my final year project, where I feed in Tamil text. It will speak out the words in. This was back in 2001, around 2001. I took it to him and I showed it to him, and he just went through the code and everything, and he was giving a lot of insight into what works and what doesn't work in that one. I told him how his story inspired me for my path and everything. And when I went for my master's, finished my PhD, and I came back to India to work in the university, he was not there anymore. So that was when he was working in robot, and he went halfway. Halfway he was no more. So he wrote half the script, and half the script was not done. So that's when I contacted Mr. Shankar, Director Shankar, that I wanted to be part of the project. I'm a computer engineer. I work in language and artificial intelligence. Robotics is my field of interest.
So you went to him?
I went to him. Yeah. I went to him. I told him, I introduced him as Dr. Karky, and I work AI and thing. I didn't use my father's name because he didn't want me to. So I introduced myself, and then I went inside the project. After a couple of calls, he asked me to be a technical advisor for the project.
Right.
That was my first job profile. I signed as a technical advisor, and then I suggested some dialogues. He loved it, and then he asked me to write the dialogues for the movie.
Oh, nice.
So the entire movie had dialogues by Sujata, me, and Shankar. So all three together. Now, talking about Mr. Sujata, he's one of the fantastic writers because his thinking pattern was totally different from all the other writers before, because he was into science, he was into modern literature, world literature, and science together. It's a very good blend of two different worlds, ancient Tamil literature and modern science. So this one gave him a very special seat where he was able to see things that most people were not able to see. So he was a very big asset for Shankar sir and Manirathnam and many of the directors. Telling this, Shankar sir is not just about Sujata. Shankar sir has made huge hits even when he didn't work with Sujata sir.
Right.
For instance, Gentleman was not Sujata sir. And what is the other movie? Many movies he worked with multiple writers.
Right.
But the movies he worked with Sujata stood out. Right. So that was something really good. He's one. We need people like this. We need people coming. In
You're
like
the next
that.
Sujata for us.
No,
then.
no. I'm definitely no. Don't treat me like that. So we are all from different schools. We learn things different way. We express different ways. He's read a lot. He read all Tamil literature and the world science and everything together. I'll never compare myself to him.
Great, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hemant.
So
It's
for all
lovely.
of us, if we have to learn Kilikki Bhasha, what do we do? Please.
Go to www.kilikki.in
Okay.
and
Kilikki, please spell it.
KILIKI.in. Kilikki.in.
And we'll be able to write.
You'll be able to learn all these
You'll
scripts.
say, "I
You'll be
love you"
able to
and all.
type your name. Yeah, you have a dictionary. You can just go check out all those things. So,
Sir, I'm so excited. I can't tell you. And thank you for making time for us.
oh, thanks.
I
Thanks,
know
Hemant.
how busy you were, but
No.
thank you for
Thanks.
squeezing
Thank
in.
you. And I really loved how focused this talk was. Even though it was about Baahubali as a canvas, we talked a lot about languages.
Yes.
And that was really, I loved that one. And thank you for your lovely questions.
Sir, before we close in, I just want to ask one question. Because this is Torchbearers, who's your torchbearer?
Another person who I'd like to be my torchbearer is the future me. I want to be my own torchbearer. So I just want to see what I want to inspire my future me to inspire me now. So I'd be going there towards that. So this is connecting the dots and
I
reverse.
should just call the future you is the Baahubali. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
I've had a really great time. Thanks again.